So, with Blake Seven's Dawn of the Gods, we find an episode they decided to do on the cheap. It's mostly in a blacked out studio, and I understand. But for the purposes of it, I guess it works out, as the Liberator is drawn into a black hole, seemingly. But I guess it's not quite what you think, and it appears to be the home of a god of Callie's people named, what was it, Thorn or Tharn? Something like that. And, of course, she just believed it was a myth, and he was a bit of a boogeyman for them to make kids go to bed early and stuff like that, you know. But, no, turns out he's real. He was some ancient dude. They achieved immortality or whatever. And they trapped him in there because, you know, he was a bastard. And there you go. So he's been trapping ships inside, making use of them, turning them into slaves, and eventually wanting to escape his prison so that he could rule the universe. He's a powerful telepath and that sort of thing. So he reaches out to Kelly because he's got the hots for her, basically. So this is how he breaks the ice. You know, he kidnaps her, forces her into his place, and he's so smitten with her that she's easily able to trick him into lowering his defenses, and then they just destroy his complex or whatnot, and they're able to escape with the Liberator. Now there's the guys helping them out inside, and they just get left behind. I mean, the guy chose it, you know, and I'm like, well, this is your chance to get out. But, well, noble sacrifice and all that. So, yeah, that's basically what happens. It's just the Tharn himself is, well, he's not all that. That's why he was hiding behind the curtain. He said, pay no attention to the man. You know, well, so he said, here I am, Kelly. And she's like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. So, well, and they do pull a fast one on him, and it's kind of clever how because he reaches out and he senses the consciousness of someone called Orak. And I think we can always detect lies, so they give misleading information, even though it's true, because they're mistakenly thinking Orak is some guy, and the way they describe him, say, well, he's not that tall. What color is his hair? He doesn't have any. So, okay, we're looking for a bald dwarf. So that's pretty good. They never figure out that Orak's a computer, so you know that works out. But it's clearly an episode to save some money on. You don't have much set going on, and keep those lights dark because you don't want to see how cheap some of the things they use. They've got this machine painted up like a dragon, I guess. It's similar to like in Dr. No, you know. To scare people. But hey, with the lights off, it's I guess it kind of works. I don't know. But that's about it. So you got this creepy guy who was, stalking Callie, and she wasn't having any of it, and so there you go. But they do leave it open where Tharn does escape the collapse of his fake world into a normal space. So, oh no, what's going to become of that? So there you go. That's a setup for another nasty villain who, has superpowers, you know. Just, look, I'm sorry, he's kind of ugly, you know. What are you going to do? So, the next episode was much better and had more going on here. We got Serberland coming back, and, hey, she gets a boyfriend. He's just this working class guy who's laughing at all her generals and whatnot. And it turns out he used to be in the Federation Space Command or whatever, and he walked away from it because he's his own man and stuff, so he manhandles her and all this stuff. He easily takes out her guards, which is all very humiliating and stuff. And she's just turned on about it, the whole thing, his whole attitude, you know. And so Serverland's a bit of a power bottom. So they get it on, you know, and she's all, impressed with him and stuff. So decides to give him a shot and says that he can figure out how to take Liberator. So she gives him 3 ships to do it. The battle doesn't seem to be going very well, but the way he's going to outfox Terrent, because he knows Terrent, you can predict what he's going to do and that sort of thing. He outfoxes him and fools Terrent into thinking he's stealing supplies and whatnot, but it's actually crates filled with Federation soldiers and all that. So they take the Liberator, and it looks like it's all over, and the crew's exiled to this planet Kairos, which is this weird planet where they harvest what was it? Damn it, I can't even remember. Something of value, some crystals or whatever. And they do, but they say they can only do it at a certain time, and you got to get off the planet because something terrible happens, but no one has survived to tell you what it is. Spoiler, it's a giant spider. And despite the prop looking silly, hey, how many alien spider-like giant creatures have you seen? So I'll take it. So meanwhile, Avon all this time, of course, always the one to watch, is obsessed with this rock he found, which apparently appears to be some sort of life form. And but it seems to be also some sort of advanced computer or whatever, or a superior brain, because even Aurak is saying, yes, it's superior to even me. So like, oh, wow, what's this about? And of course, it's the answer to the whole problem. And while they're exiled to Kairos, and Serberland leaves them there because Avon outfoxed her with how to get her command of Zen so she can control Liberator. He set up the language that she couldn't kill them, but she could leave them on the planet and all that. So that's what she did, figuring, well, they're going to get killed anyway because everyone dies if they stay on there past the harvest time. So they go in there, and then they find this facility, and there's a lunar lander sitting there. Some old jalopy someone had is that it's only good for achieving orbit. I don't know that a lunar lander could actually do that, depending on what the gravitational mass of Kairos is. But certainly offload the moon, it could probably do it, but it has to reattach to the actual re-entry capsule and all that. So that's not quite how it works. But, well, it's the distant future, so it might look like the lunar lander, but it might be a different vehicle of some sort. And so that's how they do that. So I'll give them a pass on that, too. But the thing of it is that all it can do is achieve orbit. And they're like, what are we going to do with this? And but Avon has a plan. He always does. Because it turns out that the rock is a life form, but its means of defense is that it gives off some sort of aura where you see or you experience a reflection of yourself, but a much more advanced and superior reflection. So Aurak sees himself, but he sees a far superior intelligence because it's exaggerated. So my guess is that Avon encountered it and saw a version of himself that was better. No, that can't be. It must be an illusion. So he didn't fall for it, see? Because he could never accept that. I don't know. And, of course, Callie experienced it, and she saw it as more advanced and whatnot. And that's all it is. So he uses that so that the Liberator computers see a far more advanced threat coming at them, even though it's this piece of junk sitting there. And Jarvik's the Serberland's new boyfriend. He figures this out immediately. Now, this is after they had done this. He wanted the teleport bracelets and all that, and he wanted to fight Terrent man to man, and he beats him, and so he's satisfied with that. But he couldn't beat the girls, so he teleports back with Dana, and she just becomes a prisoner. But anyway, so okay, you're caught up there. But so when the lunar lander's floating in front of him on the screen, you can see it on the screen, but the computer is telling you it's this super powerful vessel, and we can't match it. And so Serberland falls for it, whereas Jarvik said, no, this is a trick, look at it, don't believe it. And he was always, don't trust in just computers and everything, you got to use your own human mind and what. but she just can't bring herself to believe it, and that's that. So she just orders we're leaving the ship, and she decides to kill Dana on the way out, and Jarvik says, no, wait, and then he gets shot and dies. And Servalan's a little upset about it, she's like, oh no, Jarvik, because, I guess he was good in the sack, and she's like, damn it. So that sentry or whatever that's with her, until he's no longer useful, she's going to get rid of that guy. Because, you ruined her boy toy. So, yeah, it's all kind of sad. A moment of sensitivity from Servalan. Who'd have thought that there might be some heart in there somewhere? But it's gone now, isn't it? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. She just needed some guy who works construction, just to come in there and, give her a little spank and then kiss her and stuff, Yeah, that's all she needed. So anyway, the plot works. They retake Liberator, and all's good. So once again, of course, Avon is, unbeatable and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know if they're going to keep the rock. Maybe they could use it later, or it just becomes a paperweight. But the most advanced paperweight ever, if you look at it. So anyway, there you go. The Harvest of Kairos and Dawn of the Gods for Blake 7. Or Blake's 7. Yeah. You get it. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness. So many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.